Hello everyone, myself Prathibha BS. I would like to explain one of the sorting technique called bubble sort, which is very easy and simple to learn. So in bubble sort technique, we compare two adjacent elements, and if we are sorting in ascending order, we check if the first element is larger than the next element or not. If it is larger, we do the swapping. So in this way, the whole process will be continued until the list is get sorted. This is the algorithm we are using to sort the list of element using bubble sort technique in ascending order. Example, in this list of 7 integers, the first integer 5 is larger than the 3. Since we are sorting in an ascending order, we need to swap these two elements. So after swapping, it is 3, 5, 6, 2, 8, 9, 1. So in this case, each scan will push the maximum element into the last place. That is, every iteration, okay, will check for the largest element if you are setting it in ascending order, and the end of n minus 1 comparison, the largest element will be placed in the last position. So in this case, number of iterations required to sort n number of elements will be n minus 1. Example, so 5, 6. Here 5 is smaller than 6, so there is no swapping required. Next, 6 and 2. 6 is larger than 2, so swapping is required. Next, 6 and 8, no swapping. 8 and 9, no swapping. But for 9 and 1, 9 is larger than 1, so these two elements get swapped. So at the end of the first pass, the largest element will be placed in the last position. So this process is continued until the list is sorted. So in this case, in the second pass, you can see 3 and 5 are already in a sorted order, so no swapping is required. So next two elements 5 and 2. 2 is smaller than 5, so they will be swapped. Then 5 and 6, they are in order, no swapping required. 6 and 8, no swapping required. Next 8 and 1, since 1 is smaller than 8, 8 and 1 will be swapped. So you will get 3, 2, 5, 6, 1, 8, 9 after the second pass. And 8, next largest element after 9, that is 8, will be placed in the second last position. So like this the procedure continues until we get the list in a sorted order like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. So this is about bubble sort implementation. We are using array concept. As you can see here, we have a function called bubble sort with two parameters, array A and the size, which is a integer type, and we are using one temporary variable for swapping the elements. So first two for loops, first for loop to take care about iteration, second one to make the pass, and this part is to compare the element. If the first element is greater than the second element, we do swapping with the help of a temporary variable. Next we'll see best and worst case scenarios. So best case scenario is if you have n number of elements, let x with a number of interchanges. So this n number of elements are already sorted. If already sorted, then we have to go through the list and we require n minus 1 comparisons. So in this case, the best case scenario is big O of n. In case of worst case scenario for the bubble sort, if x is the number of interchanges and you are using n number of elements which are in descending order. So here number of comparisons equal to number of interchanges for each pass. So we are having an arithmetic series. So in this case, the time complexity of the worst case scenario is big O of n square. So this is what the information I like to convey about bubble sort technique. Thank you.